Redemption is a film about redemption, but it's also, to go along with that, a film about accepting responsibility.
Definitely it's a story of people feeling like they're in control, and at some point realizing that control is not there.
Rotary Redemption itself is about redemption. It's about a character who has quite a reputation as somebody who has escaped from every prison he's ever been put in, and discovering more about who this guy is, why he makes the choices he makes, and seeing him go through a character arc that turns him into something else.
Big part of it is taking responsibility for your choices in life, or the alternative, which is not the most healthy one, is to blame other people.
So with writing the script, it started with me knowing that I had this location, and I needed to put a story to it. So the one thing I noticed about the Rotary Jail was that it particularly was very hard to escape from. Once you got rotated into your cell, you were stuck there. There was no door anymore. You literally were inside the bars, and they rotate this structure to the point where you could never escape. And that was actually part of the reason it got shut down, was because in case of a fire, you could not escape the jail cells. You could not get the prisoners all out in time.
And I'd heard about the rotating jail, revolving jail, and I'd heard about, I'd looked on the website, so I was sort of prepared for it. I had an image of what it would look like, but it's so constrained, it is so oppressive. Stepping into it for the first time, being in the cells for the first time, and when we were shooting, a lot of times we were turned so there was no escape. A lot of times we also had the camera and everything else in the cell with us, so we were working in even a more restrictive space.
Me and Joe Nesgoda worked very hard on capturing what each sound should match with the moment in the film. I'd give him a list of description of what's going on. Obviously you can see what's going on in the film, but more so of what is in every character's head at this particular moment, and what's the feeling in the set and the mood, and Joe would start working from there, and he would score it appropriately.
I approached scoring a 1920s era film by trying to create a musical palette that was rooted more in organic, natural instrument sounds that would have been heard. It's very string heavy, so a lot of cello driven songs. There's some parts that have brass kind of alternating back and forth with the strings, so the strings will sort of play one part of the melody and then the brass will almost echo that.
And for me, filming in a great location like this, I wanted to explore what was unique about it. And one of the things that were unique was how difficult it would be to actually get out of here. So that created this character who is exceptionally good at escaping. And I thought, well, we put that character in this jail, and what's more interesting to me than just the fact of him escaping, which is interesting, and how he does it, is about who this guy is and why is he escaping. And to me, that's what audiences are looking for, not just an action-packed film that shows somebody doing one thing and executing it and they're done. More so the motive, and that's what really drives people to watch something. Is if you just watch a scene with a character who steals money from a bank, gets in a car and drives off, and you're worried about is he going to make it, I think that's a lot less interesting than somebody who needs this money for somebody who's dying or something like that and then gets in the car. It's a lot more gripping this way to have a lot of character motives, a lot to lose, a lot to gain, and let the audience go through that ride.